just in here looking at these murals. They're pretty cool. They're obviously, well, I assume contemporary. I know at the very least they're restored, but I'm guessing they're just contemporary murals depicting, you know, Emperor Yi's good times. Pretty neat. And I'm guessing that's the actual tomb.
Baba Gao, the new mall, and I just wanted to get this because in this little town of Chenzhou, I cannot believe they put this mall up. It is quite big.
Made the comment that Chenzhou food is kind of oily. I just wanted to show you the supermarket here. This is just a small supermarket that's close to the school. This is the amount of oil that they have always. It's not a special display. It is always on display like this. I mean, it's always out like this. This is the amount of oil they go through. Chenzhou food is, I think, probably oilier than other Chinese regions. It's just got a lot. Yep. And they sell a lot.
2016 was the second year I lived in China, but it was really the year that I learned to live in China. I didn't arrive in China until the fall of 2015, so I really got to know China in 2016. As a side note, when I say got to know China, what I mean is got to know Chenzhou. I've heard stories from other foreigners who have lived in China, and it rarely resembles my experiences in Chenzhou. But then Chenzhou is a small town by Chinese standards, much smaller than the cities foreigners usually find themselves working in if they move to China. first of many schools I worked at in China. The number one middle school was actually a great introduction to China. Firstly, it was a high school, not a middle school. In China, the literal translations are lower middle school and upper middle school to refer to the middle and high schools. I assume middle refers to the schools between primary school level and college. Outside of work, Chenzhou turned out to be a bit of a party town. That's the same as it is in the US. Big cities are suitable for cultural experiences. Small towns are good for parties. That may seem counterintuitive, but think about it. People in big cities have a world of experiential opportunities. Even the most incorrigible drunks will end up at a museum or performance at some point. In small towns, drinking is one of only two options for recreation, and both ended up happening quite a bit in Chenzhou. I made a lot of new friends in Chenzhou. Full disclosure, a lot of them were foreigners. It's just inevitable that that's going to happen because as adults we tend to meet more people at work than at any other place. Because of that, many of the people I met outside of work were also native-speaking English teachers. Most of them were also English. I don't know how it is in other parts of China, but the number of Americans I met in that first year could have been counted on one hand.
Say hello, Jolene. Okay, this is downtown Shangtan, or central Shangtan. And we're right next to the river. We're in a big pagoda. We're next to the university, in fact. And the river curls around the city really cool here, so it's almost...
I was able to travel around Hunan a bit that year.
today. The train is traveling at 300 kilometers per hour. I was intending to take the slow train today, but I didn't get to the station in time, so the fast train's a little more expensive. It's about $26 US dollars to get down. This is the Temple of the Six Banyan Trees. This is just a pretty cool pagoda here, so I wanted to get the shot of it. This is kind of an awesome town. So there's more to the temple, but that's all I can see right now. Okay, I'm on the top of Chenzhou Tower in the big park here in Guangzhou, and I don't know if the lighting is good enough to get that before. Okay, so that's not downtown. That's just part of town. This is the edge of the old city, actually. So actually, everything you just saw is part of the old city. That's the Sun Yat-sen Memorial Tower over there. Okay, so I'm here at the Sun Yat-sen Monument. I don't know if you can see the town really through the trees. I can. It's kind of cool. It's in the middle of a really big, nice park. And the monument is quite tall. I'm on it right now, but it still goes up this high. You can actually climb to the top. I mean, it's possible to climb to the top. You can't really do it now because I got it roped off. But I wasn't about to climb that anyway, so that's okay, because you climb like 1,000 stairs to get up here. Guangzhou today. I'm getting my passport renewed, and there's some cool things to see here, so I'm going to spend the night and see if I can see any of them. This is called the Pearl River New Town. It's kind of the downtown as far as I can tell for Guangzhou. Chinese cities don't really have a downtown like American cities do, where all the buildings are, but this is most of them. This is certainly the biggest ones. Kind of a cool city.
But I spent most of my time outside of Chenzhou in Guangdong province. Specifically, I acquired an affection for Guangzhou, the capital of Guangdong province. Unlike Chenzhou, Guangzhou is definitely one of those Chinese megacities. Guangzhou is the third largest city in China and the largest in southern China, with over 15 million residents. About an hour and a half from Chenzhou, it became a wonderful place to spend one weekend out of the month, exploring and seeing the sights. It's probably the best place to visit in China that's largely unknown in the West.
No tossing at high altitude. Fair enough. Well, I don't know if that command will actually prevent it. Okay, I'm going to try and zoom this. Oh, that was a finger. No, apparently I don't have a zoom. If you can see off in the distance, This is the longest bridge in the world. Maybe I can get closer later.
Seats lean back, can't see my chair, see my eyes reflected in the sky. I feel so divine, giving thanks I'm alive, cause we came a long way since our days in the hay. Sleepless nights, was trying to get right, now I just glide.
So now I'm recording. This is Zhuhai on the right, and you can't really see the transition, but that's Macau down there. And I thought this would be a good position to take a video of the longest bridge in the world. Of course, you can't see the whole thing, but this is where it starts in Macau, right next to the border. You should be able to see the suspension part over there, but it's a very long bridge. It goes all the way, and you can't see it off into the distance, but of course, it goes all the way to Hong Kong. So when it's completed in a couple of years, you'll be able to drive from Hong Kong to Macau across this. And I think that would have to be at least an hour's drive.
For 6 weeks in the summer of 2016, I lived in Zhuhai, the town across the border from Macau. Most of my photos from this time are of Macau, as it was literally just a few minutes travel time to go over and see the sights. Macau is an attractive town. Though often compared to Vegas, it's hard to imagine two towns more different than these two. While Vegas is a weekend getaway for the working class masses, Macau is a high-dollar destination for the wealthiest people in China. The fact that they both have big casinos is really the only area of overlap. And finally, Hong Kong. My love affair with Hong Kong started in 2015, but it truly blossomed in 2016. The more I went down, the more I loved this great city. For anyone unfamiliar with Hong Kong, I can only say that it's one of those places that just has to be experienced to be believed. Of course, everyone knows it's a great example of urbanity and dense forests of skyscrapers. It has incredible food and cultural sites. What's less known is how much the area of Hong Kong is green. Parks, beaches, and wooded areas make this city of islands so exciting to explore.